Ask Commissioner Nichols to lead us in the flag salute.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I always want to say amen.
Thank you. And we'll get roll call, yes.
Here.
Commissioner Burke.
Here.
Commissioner Doris is not here. Chair Halley.
Yes.
Vice Chair Kine.
Here.
Commissioner Mobley is not here. And Commissioner Nichols. Here.
Okay, could I get a motion for approval of minutes from February 27th, 2024?
I make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
All in favor?
Okay, now we can have oral comments from the public. She just likes to be with us. Anybody on the phone, Katie?
No.
Okay, do I have a motion to close public comment? Or do I need one?
Public comment.
Okay, we're going to close public comment. Okay, our item of business is the review the 2023 Housing Element Annual Progress Report.
All right, let's start with a little background about general plans. A general plan is each local government's blueprint for meeting the community's long-term vision for the future. The City of Fortuna General Plan, adopted by the City Council on October 26, 2010, formalizes policies, standards, and programs to guide day-to-day decisions concerning the city's growth and change through the year 2030. This general plan annual report summarizes the city's general plan implementation progress for calendar year 2023. Okay, the beginning of the report goes over general plan amendments, which we had none in 2023. And then following through in the report, we will go through the 9 elements of the city's general plan. Some of them are state mandated and some of them are optional and are topics of concern specifically to Fortuna. We'll start with the land use element. The land use element outlines proposed land use patterns, policies, and standards for future development and redevelopment. And this is a copy of the general plan land use map, which has various land use designations. You'll notice it's a little similar to our zoning map, but although they do work together, they are separate documents, and the general plan it is the highest level of policies for the city, and it does supersede our zoning code. Some of the things that we highlighted in the report, we did launch our OpenGov online permitting software, and we are continuing to work on the Mill District specific plan. The next element is the economic development element. The economic development element provides goals, policy guidance, and implementation measures to promote long-term job creation, business opportunities, and prosperity. And one of the things that we highlighted in the report was FBID continued to promote public events in 2023, including coordinating the Shop Fortuna program, the Al Gray Lighted Holiday Parade, Kids Holiday Movie, and the annual wedding show, which showcased local vendors.
And Katie, for anyone watching that may not know what FBID stands for.
That is the city's Fortuna Business Improvement District.
Thank you.
The next element is the housing element, which is a separate report, but I did include it within the general plan within this presentation. When we are ready for you to make a motion, you will make separate motions to send them to council, but we don't have resolutions, so we don't need to worry about that. But I wanted to include rather than doing two separate presentations. We'll just go over the housing element report within this presentation. So the housing element identifies demographic information, existing and projected housing needs, and establishes goals, policies, standards, and implementation measures for the preservation, improvement, and development of housing in the city of Fortuna. And this, I thought this was a really great photo. This is one of our newer housing developments that serves mixed income folks. And I think it's just a really great example of some of the nicer housing developments we have here in Fortuna. So since 1969, California has required that all local governments adequately plan to meet the housing needs of everyone in the community. Fortuna's housing element was adopted by City Council on August 19th, 2019, and it was certified by HCD on September 16th, 2019. The annual progress report is required to be submitted to HCD by April 1st of every year, which we will be compliant this year. And it covers data from the previous year, including the number and type of permit applications, issued permits and certificates of occupancy, the regional housing needs allocation progress, and our housing element program implementation. So we have the various tables of the permit, or of the report. As you can see in the packet, they are a little long and convoluted. There are a few that have some really exciting data for the city. Tables A and A2 listed the building permits and other entitlements that were issued in 2023. So we had 10 residential dwelling unit building permit applications. We issued a total of 25 building permits. Of these, we had 21 that were above moderate income units, 4 were moderate income units, and we had no applications for low or very low income categories in 2023. Table B reports the city's progress towards meeting the city's 2019 to 2027 regional housing needs allocation, or RHNA. This table shows the RHNA allocation for Fortuna and the number of units created towards the RHNA through the current planning period. The city's total RHNA allocation is 290 units. We completed 25 in 2023. Combined with the units constructed in the years 2019 through 2021, the remaining allocation is 150. Table C covers the jurisdiction's shortfall, which the city had done, so that table is blank. Table D is a narrative of the city's program implementation status of the adopted housing element. So it describes various programs within the housing element and what the city has done to make progress on those. Table E is the commercial development bonus, which it's not applicable to us, so that one's also blank. Table F is the same, units rehabilitated, preserved, or acquired as alternative adequate sites. We do not list these in our housing element, so we don't have any data for that. G and H are sites owned by the locality that were included in the housing element sites inventory and were sold, leased, or otherwise disposed of during the reporting year. We don't own any land that would have been included in the housing elements sites inventory. And then we have here the summary tab that shows the 25 residential building permits. We had 82 units entitled. So that was through either the use permit, subdivision, or design review process. And we had 17 units that were completed and received their certificates of occupancy. This is the regional housing needs allocation for the county. You can see that we have a total allocation of 290, and that's 7.8% of the regional share. And this is the table showing our progress and the summary of the program implementation. The next element of the general plan in the report is the transportation and circulation element. And the transportation and circulation element is divided into two major sections. The first section, circulation diagram and standards, describes the circulation diagram and the roadway classification system and standards. The second section includes the goals, policies, and implementation programs related to the various forms of transportation. Some of the things that we've been working on include improvements to the Kenmar and 12th Street interchanges, and this is a proposed diagram, not 100% finalized, of the roundabouts at Kenmar and Riverwalk, which I know everybody is really excited about.
I love it.
They're going to help.
It's going to look amazing.
Yeah, and they're going to help a lot. The next element is the natural and cultural resources element. This element addresses the city's natural and cultural resources, including mineral, energy conservation, agricultural, biological, historical, archaeological, and tribal cultural resources. One of the highlights from the report is the progress we've made maintaining and repairing streams with high sedimentation by installing habitat restoration and fish passage structures, restoring gravel beds, and creating deep ponds. And we have made progress on nearly every creek within the city. Roner, Hilltop, Jameson, and Strong's Creek have all had restoration, flood remediation, or fish passage improvements to those. And this year, we will be beginning a project on Mill Creek to improve the fish passage at the culvert at Church Street there. So we do have, all of our streams are fish-bearing. We do have spawning salmonids in every creek, so we want to keep those clear for our fish. The next element is parks, recreation, and open space element. We have a large, multifaceted system of parks, recreation facilities, and open space. Our parks provide venues for Fortuna's annual festivals, and the recreational facilities and open space corridor allow for active and passive uses by community members and visitors. So we've got some of our various parks, the trails and playground at Roner, the Levee Trail at River Lodge, and new this year is the expansion and renovation of the Roner Park basketball courts to add an additional court and pickleball striping. The next element is the public services and facilities element. The city is responsible for the development and day-to-day operations of public services and facilities. The public facilities and service element describes the city's existing and planned public facilities and services and details emergency response capabilities. And so highlighted, this year we will have the Fortuna Police Department and the Fortuna Volunteer Fire Department will both have new stations. Although the Fortuna Volunteer Fire Department is not technically a city department, we are closely aligned with them and have been working with them on the building and construction and development of that new station. And I believe that the police department should be any day now. Any day now they'll be moving in there. It's nearly complete. It's just putting the finishing touches on. I don't know if you've seen it at night, but they've got their lights backlit and it looks really
It
beautiful.
looks great. I
Yeah.
just love it.
And our final element in the general plan is, oh, nope, not the final, almost the final. The health and safety element. The health and safety element provides goals and policies to protect and enhance public safety by addressing potential hazards the city may face. One of the highlights from the report that the city's efforts to implement the health and safety element is our continuing enforcement of the California Building Code, California Fire Code, and other adopted standards. It literally is a full-time job with our building official and our building inspector. We do have, for a city our size, we have quite a bit of construction ongoing throughout the year. So now for the final element is the community design element. The community design element provides goals, policies, and programs to ensure all stakeholders share a common understanding of what constitutes good design in Fortuna and includes requirements that individual project design is evaluated for consistency with community character as a whole. And I just thought this picture of our,
It's gorgeous.
is beautiful. Our theater is beautiful, so hopefully we'll be having that back very soon. So for Planning Commission action, the motion to recommend that the City Council accept the 2023 General Plan Annual Report and the Housing Element Annual Report and direct staff to submit the reports to the California Department of Housing and Community Development and the Governor's Office of Planning and Research.
And we're available if you have any questions on the material that Katie so adeptly presented.
I just wanted to compliment you on this. It was wonderful. I loved it. Very good.
Thank you.
Any questions?
It makes me proud to be a Fortuna.
I had a lot of fun finding all the photos of our beautiful little city.
Yeah, it is a beautiful little city.
Yeah, that was a nice presentation. I loved it. Do you have any questions? Anybody? Are we good?
If you guys don't have any questions, then you can make a motion.
I motion to recommend that the City Council accept the 2023 General Plan Annual Report and request staff to submit it to the California Department of Housing and Community Development.
I second that motion.
All right, roll call vote. Commissioner Bennett,
All in favor?
Commissioner Burke,
In favor?
Chair Halley,
Yes.
Vice Chair Kine,
Yes?
and Commissioner Nichols.
Yes.
Same thing, only just change it to
Yes.
housing element?
Correct.
Oh, very good. Anyone?
And actually, this one, we want to say City Council approval instead of accept. So they accept the general plan annual review report and direct staff to submit it to Housing and Community Development, but the annual progress report has to be approved. Correct.
Did we need another motion?
Yeah, for the housing element.
Okay.
I think we just use that and say housing element instead.
I motion to recommend that I motion to recommend that the Planning Council accept the 2023 Housing Element and direct staff to submit it to the California Department of Housing as well as City Council.
So that was great, but what we actually need is for you guys to move that the report is approved by City Council.
Oh, I see. I'm
And
sorry.
then they give, no, that's okay, it's confusing, and the fact that there are two and one is accept and one is adopt, it's super confusing, so no apologies necessary, and I'm happy to say it, and you can say so moved, but if you have it, go for it. Okay. So the Planning Commission moves to recommend that the City Council approve the 2023 Housing Element Annual Progress Report and direct staff to submit the report to the California Department of Housing and Community Development and the Governor's Office of Planning and Research.
So moved.
So moved.
And do we have a second?
You have a second? I second.
Roll call vote again. Commissioner Bennett,
Aye.
Commissioner Burke,
Yes.
Chair Halley,
Approved.
Vice Chair Kine,
Yes.
and Commissioner Nichols.
Yes.
All right, I don't really have anything for our commission staff communication. Do you have anything?
Maybe just a question. This is the first year, as far as I know, in a while at least, that we've brought this with a presentation. And we could go far deeper. We didn't really present a whole lot about public works in terms of water and stuff like that. It sounds like you enjoyed the presentation. Would you like it if we beef it up a little bit more even? I feel like it gives a good snapshot to everyone of all the progress we've made. And
The more knowledge, the better.
Didn't we do that a few months ago?
That is the CIP, that's the capital improvement program, so that will be coming up within the next month or so. And Brendan, our Public Works Director, will be presenting that, and he will go over all of the Public Works projects.
The presentation is wonderful, and it definitely works for me to be able to understand what we're talking about.
yeah.
More information's the better. I liked.
And I definitely think it's great for the community to know exactly what's going on, even if they're not necessarily here or able to see it, day of, they're able to get it later if they just go to Access Humboldt or our website or something like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was a great point, that at any point, a citizen can go in and see exactly what we saw.
Exactly.
Help us make the decision.
And Brendan and I will be bringing the CIP for consistency with general plan item. As far as I know, it's going to be May. And that does look at specifically progress we've made, things that are dropping off the capital improvement program, and new things. But this report is strictly the progress we made the year before. So it's the same, but a little bit different.
Do we want to make a motion to close?
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.